Last week, it was reported that Ice Cube has dropped out of filming a new comedy movie, Oh Hell No, after declining a request from the film's producer to get vaccinated. Sources say that the rapper's dropout also included him leaving behind a $9 million payday. People deciding to leave their jobs instead of getting the mandated vaccine is an issue that's caused a lot of controversy and discussion, with Kyrie Irving sitting out the entire season because he's unvaccinated, leaving millions of dollars on the table. Today we have our comedy hype analysts Capone and Pierre calling into the show, and we have to ask the question: do you think Ice Cube's stance will have an impact on the industry? Now, before we dive into that question, I want to come to you first, Pierre. When you first heard this news break, what was your first reactions to it?
Nothing. I mean, hey, I'm proud of the brother standing for what he believe in. But he's worth $100 million, so $9 million ain't hurting him. So he, I can respect the man standing up for what they believe in.
I completely understand that, Capone. I'll bring that same question to you. What were your thoughts when you first heard the news break?
Well, I definitely agree with Pierre. Somebody who can stand, and it's just amazing to me that so many have fallen for the money. You know, I understand people have a livelihood or got to take care of their family, but they're putting a lot of pressure on these companies to get these people mandated, and I still don't understand why. It's no concrete evidence that the vaccination is going to save you from getting COVID still. So I agree with him 100%.
Capone, let me ask you this. Would you walk away from a $9 million if it was like a comedy show or just like this, a comedy movie? Would you walk away from $9 million if they were requiring you to get vaccinated?
Sif, I will not lie to you. It will be very hard, but I would say I could. It's basically almost selling the soul to the devil. Yeah, I could. And I don't have $9 million. I'm not worth $9 million. So, yeah, I could.
Pierre, I'll bring that same question to you now. I know that you're already vaccinated. You've been very open, but during the time that you were doing your research and really taking your time to decide whether the vaccine was for you or not, if it was during that time period, would you walk away from $9 million for a movie and/or a show?
Well, I can't walk away from something I don't know nothing about. If I don't know nothing about the vaccine, so if they brought it to me and said, "But in order to be in this movie, you have to be vaccinated," I would do my research, as I did the first time. And if my researcher said, you know what, I can take this vaccine, I would take the vaccine and the $9 million. I'd have no problem with that at all.
And if you're on the other side where you felt like, you're a little iffy about it, would you then possibly walk away from that?
How little iffy are you talking about? Okay, girl. Okay. Shit, little iffy. You talking about $9 million. Yes. Put it in the comments. I'm a sellout, dying ass Negro. Yes. But $9 million can change a whole lifestyle, providing I do some research. You said iffy. I don't know what iffy would be, but let's say if I was iffy. Iffy means I kind of believe, yes, I think I can do this. I don't know. If I was in a place like that, if I do it that much, yes, I could, I would take it. Yes, I would. But if I was at the point where I said, nah, this ain't going to work for me, I would take the $9 million. Damn the money.
Now, speaking of the comments, a lot of people did have a couple of things to say, so I do want to read a couple of tweets from a couple of users. One user said, the thing about the Ice Cube situation is that he can afford to say no to $9 million over a vaccine requirement. But most black folks can't afford to lose their jobs. Our communities have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19, both health-wise and economically. Another user said, another super rich person turning down millions, simply because they were required to get the vaccine and opted not to. Ice Cube and Kyrie Irving both have their right to choose. Just don't expect me to hop on the thoughts and prayers train if and when goes down. Ooh. Now, people, of course, are going to chime in and bring in their opinion. But, Pierre, I'm going to bring the main question to you because we do hear, Kyrie Irving choosing not to get the vaccine. And there are people in the NBA that are not vaccinated. But let's talk about Ice Cube in the, in his industry. Do you think Ice Cube's stance will have an impact, being that he's saying, hey, no, I'm not going to do this film. I'm going to walk away from it because I don't want to get vaccinated?
No. He's not in the Hollywood game as much as you think he is. He's more of an outsider. He couldn't get Friday made, Friday 2 or 3 made, or whatever 4 was it. He couldn't get that made. So I don't think he's an insider like that. And again, like people said, he's rich. So it's a different feeling. What about the young people who aren't rich, young actors and stuff like that, who need this money and the financial backing, to take care of their family and so forth? So they're going to go ahead and get that shot, most likely. So I don't think so. Maybe if he wasn't rich and was just a hot name, but not had money, maybe then it would be that. But like they said, he's a super, he's a rich guy. So, but congratulations for him for standing up, making some noise for what he believes in. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't think it's going to impact anything, to be honest with you.
Capone, I'll bring that same question to you. Do you think Ice Cube's stance is going to have an impact on the industry?
I don't know if he'll have much of an impact, because it seemed like when he was going with Trump, everybody turned against him. So to me, this world is like a damned if you do, a damned if you don't type of situation. It's always when people don't agree with you with something, they don't respect your privacy or how you feel. It's always what they think you should do. And I think just him standing up for what he believes in is just a powerful movement to me. That's all.
I definitely agree. And I think that's the main thing that a lot of people that, are siding with, people like Ice Cube or Kyrie Irving. It's just a point of view taking a stance on something that you do believe in. Now, we do know that Ice Cube was, a heavy advocate for masks. He did donate over 2,000 masks and also pushed a campaign, Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself, where he was, creating T-shirts with masks and things like that. So he obviously is pushing for those things and wants, us to continue to move forward in a healthy way. But like you said, he believes in what he believes in, and he's going to take that stand.
But let me ask you a question. I wouldn't have a problem if someone didn't want to take the shot. Can they implement something where you have to take a COVID test every single day to be on the set? Because if you come on the set and you don't have COVID, then ain't nothing wrong with that situation. I don't necessarily think you have to get a shot, but if you're going to work with me, and I got to take that, I took the shot. And, I don't want you to get COVID because you're going out partying that night or whatever. Whatever. During filming the weekend, they go out and do other stuff. I don't need you to bring COVID back home. And unfortunately, I guess sometimes COVID can't be detected for. But if I would start testing somebody 2 weeks prior to them working every day, then we start working and we know you can have it, and then we continue maybe like that. Maybe that can be worked out.
Yeah, and crazy enough, I do believe most sets are doing that, whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated, or whether they're requiring you to be vaccinated or not vaccinated, where they're having people take those COVID tests. So it is implemented. So to say, hey, you're still going to get, the COVID shots, but you have to be vaccinated, it does, for some people, it's kind of like, well, does that make a lot of sense? So I think you bring a great point. It is something that they're currently doing, but hopefully as we move forward, maybe we'll see that kind of change and them lean.
All right, yeah, I don't know how you can do that. I would say, put a fine in there if you get COVID. Okay, you should get a fine on that sucker. Yeah.
You can't make me comprehend that. If you can get get COVID and you're fully vaccinated, what is the difference?
Well, one is an attempt of not trying to get COVID with the shot and lessen the chance of getting it. The other one is buck wild. So
it don't lessen
buck wild.
People with fully vaccinated are still getting COVID. People are still dying and all.
Not the same rate.
My thing is, it's a choice. That's all it is. It's a choice, and they doing everything that they can to take away the choices. And that's to me, that's something wrong within itself.
Well, as always, I appreciate you both for calling in and giving your thoughts on this. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you think Ice Cube's stance will have an impact on the industry? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Put it in the comments. I know you will.
Do you know the comedy culture? Play Comedy Hype, the game. Out now.